Winter is a time of year with many aspects. Peaceful stillness and meditation, the primeval power of ice and snow, and even the grimness of death and a cold, cold grave. So, to celebrate the season, D6 Damage is bringing you a set of wintry archetypes that will help you weather the storms and unleash your icy wrath at your next Pathfinder 1E game. And on top of that, I've got a few wintry races to mention as well. But before we begin, if you'd like to take your game further, join the D6 Damage Discord. We've got great discussions about all aspects of the game, character builds, strategy guides, advice for DMs, and much, much more. You'll find a link to our Discord in the description of this video. Let's begin with some winter-themed races, starting with the Gem-Souled Orid. Okay, this one is a little bit of a cheat. But the crystalline quality of Gem-Souled Orids has a very ice-like quality, especially if you go with a color like Diamond or Sapphire. This Orid subrace will give you a +2 bonus to Strength and Charisma, and a -2 to Wisdom. You'll also get Color Spray as a spell-like ability. Think of this as your own personal Northern Lights. You could also look at Arctic Elf. Like all elves, Arctic elves get a +2 to Dexterity and Intelligence and a -2 to Constitution. You'll also get the alternative racial traits Dark Vision, Desert Runner, and Elemental Resistance. The final winter race that you might consider is the Rime Soul Undine. Rime Souls get +2 to Dexterity and Intelligence, and a -2 to Charisma. You get Chill Touch as a spell-like ability, as well as an alternative racial trait called Ice Affinity. If you are playing a sorcerer with the Boreal Bloodline, you treat your Charisma modifier as 2 points higher for all sorcerer spells and class abilities. Alternatively, if you're a cleric, with the Ice subdomain, treat all spells and domain powers as 1 caster level higher. Now let's talk about classes and archetypes. Starting with the Oracle's Winter Mystery. This mystery will give you additional class skills. Intimidation, Knowledge Nature, Stealth, and Survival are class skills for you. Also, as you level, you'll get bonus spells. At 2nd level, you'll get Endure Elements. At 4th level, you'll get Frostfall. At 6th level, you'll get Sleet Storm. At 8th level, you'll get Ice Storm. At 10th level, you'll get Icy Prison. At 12th level, you'll get Cone of Cold. At 14th, Ice Body. At 16th, Polar Ray. And at 18th, you'll get Mass Icy Prison. You'll also have access to some awesome winter-themed revelations, such as Child of Winter. With this revelation, you are constantly under the effect of Endure Elements Cold. You leave no trace in ice or snow. You can move across snow with no penalty, and heavy snow costs only double movement instead of quadruple. Finally, during winter months, you get a +2 bonus, this is an insight bonus, on initiative and reflex saves. Another revelation worth considering is Cold Aura. As a swift action, you can deal 1d6 of cold damage per 2 oracle levels to all creatures within 10 feet, and gain concealment until your next turn. Another good revelation is Ice Armor. You can manifest icy armor for 1 hour per oracle level. This gives you a +4 armor bonus. If you're in a cold climate, this armor bonus increases by +2, and if you're in a very hot environment, it decreases by +2. As you level, your armor bonus from your ice armor will increase by +2 at 7th, and by an additional +2 every 4 levels thereafter. Finally, at 13th level, your ice armor will gain damage reduction 5, bypassed by piercing. There's also the Servant of Winter revelation. 1 time per day as a full round action, you can summon an ice elemental. At 15th level, you can use this ability 2 times per day. You must be 7th level to take this revelation. At 7th level, you can summon a medium elemental. At 11th level, you can summon a huge elemental. And at 15th level, you can summon an elder ice elemental. The final revelation I'd like to talk to you about is Blizzard. As a standard action 1 time per day, you can create 1 10-foot cube of snow and ice per oracle level in any arrangement, as long as 1 is adjacent to you. Any creature caught in your blizzard takes 1 d4 points of cold damage per oracle level, reflex save to half. Your blizzard provides total concealment. Creatures within 5 feet have concealment. Your blizzard will last for a number of rounds equal to your charisma modifier. You must be 11th level to take this revelation. Next up, the Ice Chemist Alchemist archetype. As an Ice Chemist, you get Icy Bombs. Your bombs deal cold damage instead of fire damage. This will alter your bomb's discovery options. You can't take the Explosive or Inferno bomb's discovery. However, in place of a discovery, you can learn how to cause your bombs to deal fire damage as normal alchemist bombs would. You also get Cold Sweat. You gain cold resistance equal to your alchemist level, and you're unaffected by cold weather down to -50 degrees. Finally, you get the Frost Bomb's discovery at 2nd level as your 2nd level discovery. Next up, Arctic Druid. As an Arctic Druid, you get Arctic Native. When in cold or icy terrain, you get a bonus equal to 1/2 your Druid level on Initiative, Knowledge Geography, Perception, Stealth, and Survival checks. This replaces Woodland Stride. You also get Ice Walking. At 3rd level, you take no penalty to speed, acrobatics, and stealth checks in the snow or icy terrain. And you can walk across snow crusts and thin ice without breaking through. This replaces Trackless Step. You also get Arctic Endurance. You can ignore the effects of cold climates, as if under the effects of the Endure Elements spell. You are also immune to the Dazzled condition. This replaces Resist Nature's Lure. This archetype will alter your Wild Shape class feature. You gain Wild Shape at level 6, and your effective Druid level for this ability is treated as 2 levels lower. Next, you get an ability called Snowcaster. At 9th level, you can see through snow and ice normally, and you can prepare any Druid spell with the fire descriptor as a cold spell and have it inflict cold damage. This replaces Venom immunity. Finally, you get Flurry Form. At 13th level, you can become a swirling column of snow. This functions as gaseous form. You get a bonus to stealth checks when in this form, and you're in icy terrain. This bonus is equal to your Druid level. This replaces your Thousand Faces ability. Another great class option for any aspiring master of the Icy North is the Elemental Sorcerer Bloodline. With this bloodline, you will treat Knowledge Planes as a class skill. You will also get a very good Bloodline Arcana. Whenever you cast a spell that deals energy damage, you can change the damage type to your Bloodline type, i.e. cold. Fireball becomes Ice Ball. Acid Arrow becomes Ice Arrow. Lightning Bolt becomes Icy Bolt. And so on and so forth. You'll also get some Bloodline powers, such as Elemental Ray, As a ranged touch attack, you deal 1d6 plus 1 points of damage. You will increase this damage by plus 1 point of damage for every 2 sorcerer levels you have. Finally, maxing out at level 20 with 1d6 plus 10. You can use this ability a number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier plus 3. You also get energy resistance. At 3rd level, you gain energy resistance 10 to your energy type, and at 9th level, this resistance increases to 20. Also at 9th level, 1 time per day, in a 60-foot range, you can create a blast of your elemental damage type. The blast has a radius of 20 feet. This blast deals 1d6 points of damage per sorcerer level, a reflex save to half. DC 10 plus 1/2 your sorcerer level plus your charisma modifier. On a failed save, creatures gain vulnerability to your element type until the end of your next turn, so you can get even more damage and bypass those obnoxious resistances. You can use this ability an additional time per day at 17th level, and once more after that at 19th level. Finally, at level 15, you get elemental movement. Your element cold will give you a swim speed of 60 feet. The final archetype I would like to talk to you about is the Winter Witch. This is not to be confused with the prestige class of the same name. I covered that prestige class in another video. Now then, on to the Winter Witch archetype. First up, it will impact your familiar. You must select your familiar from the following list. It must be either a bat, cat, fox, hawk, owl, rat, raven, or weasel. If you take the improved familiar feat, you can't take a familiar with the fire subtype. Next up, cantrips. You will add Ray of Frost to your spell list, but you must learn this cantrip as you would normally learn any other spell. Also, your patron will be impacted. Your patron must be one of the following: ancestors, deception, enchantment, endurance, moon, occult, proteans, stars, transformation, trickery, water, winter, or wisdom. One of your best abilities is called Ice Magic. Your spells with the cold descriptor increase their save DC by +1. Also, you can't learn spells with the fire descriptor. Also, at 1st level, you will get an ability called Cold Flesh. This ability means you are constantly under the effect of endure elements, cold temperatures only. At 4th level, you get Cold Resistance 5. At 9th level, this cold resistance increases to 10, and at 14th level, you are immune to cold damage. This replaces your 4th level hex. Finally, the Winter Witch has access to some interesting hexes. First up, Frostfoot. This works as Spider Climb, but only on icy surfaces. Also, you can run or charge on ice and snow without needing to make an acrobatics check. You can also move through heavy snow, using only 2 squares of movement instead of 4. Finally, there is the Frozen Caress hex. When you hit with a touch spell as a swift action, you can deal 1d4 points of additional cold damage. Thank you very much for watching this chilling video from D6 Damage. If you're interested in books, miniatures, or dice, check out Noble Knight Games. They've got everything you could want for tabletop holiday gifts. You can check them out by following the link in the description. And if you're interested in a good old-fashioned haunted house mystery, check out Sorceress: The Dietrich House, an adventure for 4 level 3 characters, available right now on DriveThruRPG.